Hi folks, welcome back to the Model 3 Man channel. I'm Peter Levy. This is a very weird episode. I have a very big announcement that I'm going to put at the end of the episode. And of course, everyone says, well, that's just clickbait. Yeah, it often is, but this is big news and it's earth-shattering to me and to my family. Let's get to the business at hand, and often when big events take place, it's a good thing just to give it a bit of time, let things settle, let the dust settle a little, and then take a look at it and assess and evaluate what that event means. Now, in the past few weeks, 4 events have unfolded that directly relate to Tesla, its products, its success, and the future. And now that a little time has passed, I want to take a look at each of these here. And then I want to just give you my perspective on them. And I think it may be helpful to some of you who are seeing the events but not seeing the context. And then, of course, I will come to the biggest announcement I've made on the 5-year history of my channel. So, number 1. Many of you will have watched as Elon videoed himself demonstrating FSD version 12. That's the new version that depends upon AI, not upon lines and lines of C++ code. AI where the car learns by watching videos of good driving. I know it's much more complex than that, but in essence, the car learns by watching thousands, tens of thousands of videos on good driving, and it learns what to do at a stop street, a traffic light, which side of the road to drive on. If that sounds terrifying and frightening, well, for many people it is, but it works a whole lot better than programming individual and specific actions for each thing that it encounters. Elon's filming was terrible. The camera changed from vertical to landscape. Camera went in and out of focus. It was a terrible video. I don't think any YouTuber has ever put out a video that bad. But a lot of its authenticity and the credibility behind it came from the fact that it was just done on the fly. It was unbelievable in how it showed us what version 12 full self-driving is capable of and will be capable of. It was only one intervention. 2 traffic lights were right next to each other. One indicated go left. The car started to move forward. Elon jumped on that and stopped it.
Oh, intervention. Sorry. Okay, so that's our first intervention. Because the car should be going straight. That's why we don't release it to the public yet.
Then he said,
so for that intervention that we just had, the solution is essentially to feed the network a bunch more video of traffic lights. That was a controlled left left turn, where there was a green light for the left turn, but not a green light to go straight. And so we'll feed it a bunch of video of controlled left turns, and then it'll work.
My view, AI and the approach to learning through watching videos is going to change FSD almost like a young person graduating to become an adult and learning how to drive the car properly. And I don't believe it'll be long. And I think that when Ford said we may be interested in the software as well as the charging stations, you may well find that Elon demonstrated it to the CEO of Ford by taking him for a drive with FSD version 12. Now, I don't have any fact to back that up, but it's highly likely he would not have taken him on 11.4.7. So there's the first instance. FSD is going to change dramatically thanks to a new way of teaching it. Artificial intelligence, training it on videos, it's going to make a world of difference. That's the first thing that happened in the recent past. Number 2, Walter Isaacson is just releasing his book. Let's get it up on the screen here. There we go. I don't know if you can see that from here. It's the book called Elon Musk. No dramatic title, just Elon Musk by Walter Isaacson. And in the course of the last few days, he's been releasing little teasers of subjects that are in the book itself. And so, if you're into collecting everything about Elon, as I am, this will be a book to pre-order. Walter Isaacson released some almost earth-shattering revelations about Elon, the $25,000 car, and the robo-taxis. It appears that for a long time, Elon was not interested in building a car for $25,000. He wanted to go straight to the robo-taxi and the fleet. And of course, common sense prevailed in the form of his engineers and his technicians and others in the company who said, no, we cannot bet the farm on the fact that FSD will work and that you will gain authorization to use it on the roads. You cannot wait years and years and years in case something happens and it does not work out as you expect. Even though Elon is super confident, the engineers and the technicians prevailed. And at that point, the engineer said, look, we've designed a prototype for the Model 2, or whatever they're going to call it. Let's call it Model 2 for now. And so that is how it comes to pass that there is a robo-taxi type vehicle and a $25,000 type inexpensive EV. And they may look completely different, but they will share the same platform. They'll share the same skateboard, as it were, and you'll have all of the different types of vehicles built onto this one particular platform. So that was very scary for me to discover that I'd been promising my daughters that there would be a Model 2, it would be affordable to them, and it would look great. And now it comes out that it might look like a Cybertruck, it might be all angular. But look, I do believe this. I believe that when it's designed to sell to ordinary people, it's got to look appealing and attractive, or no one will buy it and it'll bomb. And that will not be good for Tesla's reputation. So we are still on track for a robo-taxi type vehicle and a cheaper Model 2 type of vehicle that will be for the mass adoption by the public. It'll be built in a number of factories, and I did hear some very disconcerting news about the Mexican factory, that the permitting process is being held up incredibly, and that it could be years before that factory is finished, the Gigafactory. If that is the case, I can guarantee you that Elon will manufacture these Model 2s in China and will distribute them throughout the world. Anyway, a lot of upheaval about the new Model 2, the affordable car. I'm still optimistic. It will be good. It will be attractive. It will be the price that people can pay for it. And we'll just have to wait and see when that announcement is made. I was hoping it could be made on the same night as the Cybertruck announcement. That's coming very soon. And my hope is that on that evening, they will reveal the Model 2. We shall see. Number 3, the third event that is not a single event but a series of events is the adoption by legacy auto manufacturers of the NACS, North American Charging Standard, meaning Tesla's charging standard. And manufacturer after manufacturer have come begging to Elon, can we join in and participate in your great supercharger network? So the numbers are building all the time. Honda is the most recent to join the lineup of people wanting to engage. And so here's what it's going to mean in the future. Because Tesla will have all of the data of all of the people that charge at their charging network, it's going to help in marketing, it's going to help in reaching out, it's going to help in actually advertising without advertising, because people who have a different vehicle will come to the Tesla supercharger location, see a ton of Teslas, they'll chat to lots of Tesla owners, there'll be all kind of interactions. Your car can do this, mine can do this, can yours do that? And I believe that all of it will rebound to Elon's benefit and Tesla's benefit. So EV charger wars are over. Tesla has won. The others have come crawling up to admit that he's won, to get into the program and to begin adopting the actual connectors and the plugs that Tesla uses in their vehicles. And most of them from 2024 or 2025 will be fitting their vehicles out with those same chargers. And you can imagine that the amount of revenue that will accrue from all of this. Tesla superchargers cost less to install, to put up, and they make a healthy profit on the electricity that they're selling. So all of that will improve Tesla's bottom line and will increase the share price over time. Number 4, here's the final event that has happened over the last recent while. And of course you know it. It is the revelation of the Model 3 Highland version, the Highland upgrade. And it exceeds everything that everyone had been hoping for. From a rear screen that the rear seat passengers can see and interact with, a completely remodeled front end, the lowest drag coefficient of any Tesla vehicle. You see behind me that green LED. Well, in your car you'll have an LED strip that goes right around, and you can change the color. You can customize it. And I think that in a future time, he's going to change it so that if a car is coming up your blind spot, you'll be able to see the LED will pulse or something like that. As it is, they've put a blind spot indicator into the left-hand A-pillar speaker. So that black speaker at the base of the A-pillar, in there is a little red indicator that will warn you when there's a car coming up into your blind spot. Highland has been an unbelievably popular upgrade to the Model 3, which frankly was getting old, getting a bit tired. I mean, I have a Model 3 and I love it, but it was getting a little tired. And the Highland version is apparently even a little cheaper than the Model 3 used to be in Australia. And it looks like the continent and perhaps Canada and Australia and New Zealand might even be getting it before people in America. So a lot of uncertainty at the moment, but there's nothing uncertain about this fact. The Highland upgrade has blown away YouTubers, it's blown away car magazine editors. Everyone that's looked at it is happy, with the exception of those who are complaining about no indicator stalk on the left and no tapping stalk on the right to get you into FSD. Instead, capacitive buttons on the steering wheel do the same thing. And listen, we got used to all kinds of things. People said, you can't just have a screen. You've got to have buttons across the dashboard. We never did get buttons on the dashboard. Everyone got used to it. You will get used to the fact that there's no indicator stalk, I promise you. I had to get used to a yoke steering wheel instead of a round one. It took me all of 3 days, and I was more comfortable with a yoke than I ever was with a round wheel. So folks, don't complain about it, don't gripe. It's going to be wonderful not to have the stalks there, and the only challenge will come when you're turning a corner and you have to indicate in a mid-turn. You'll get used to that. Now, I said I had something earth-shattering that I was going to be revealing at the end of the episode, and this is it. Folks, 2 big things happening in our lives. Well, 3. I'm actually going to retire. I'm 69, turning 70 in a few months. And it is time to retire because I like to look at it this way. While I'm healthy, I should be able to retire and do the things I've always loved. Of course, I have been doing the things I've always loved, but, you know, work gets in the way. So 3 things are going to happen. 1, I'm retiring. 2, we're selling our house and we're moving to Cozumel, Mexico. There's Mexico on my t-shirt. I think that comes as no surprise to those who saw my other episode recently where I told you about the vacation we took in Cozumel. It was actually in the nature of a look-see trip. Look and see, is it for us? Is it worth it? And it absolutely is. We already put a small deposit down on a condo there. So I'm moving to Mexico, but I'm still going to keep the Model 3 Man channel, and I'm still going to keep uploading and keep YouTubing. Number 2, when the Model 2 comes out, I'm going to be starting a channel for that so that we can get to know it properly and share that with all of the many millions of new owners that will be coming onto the market. And number 3, I'm starting another channel called Cozumel Man, or, anything else that's catchy. And that will be about the experience of moving from the West, from moving from Canada or moving from the States, going down to live in Cozumel, Mexico. What is it like? what are the attractions, and then just sharing the joys and the beauties of the island itself. So that is exciting, and I will have time for a lot of YouTube uploads on a variety of channels. And of course, I'll keep the channel Peter Levy Sings James Taylor and do a whole lot more. And then the final thing is, and this is the saddest part of all, really the saddest part of all, I'm going to be selling Red Dragon. Remember, I got this when I picked up Red Dragon in June the 3rd, 2018. I'm not selling this guy. I'll keep this as a memento of the time I owned a Model 3. So we're selling it here in Canada in the next 2 months. It's got full self-driving. It has a roof rack. It's only done 76,000 kilometers. I'm going to put the details up when we get closer to the time. So I'm selling it here, and then we will be without a Tesla for a few years. And when the Model 2 comes out, I'm going to make sure my name is up on the reservation list as early as it's possible to put it there. So I think you'd agree, those are big changes. Retirement, selling this house, moving to Mexico, selling the car, starting a whole lot of new channels. You heard it here from the horse's mouth. So thank you for being patient and seeing this whole episode through. I look forward to some upcoming episodes in the next few months. We're only going to be leaving somewhere near mid-December. So quite a while just for me to continue my life and do the things I'm doing. But I wanted to share it with you. And I hope that you'll join me on that journey, and you'll join me in the new channels coming up. And I will continue sharing everything that I can to help you become better acquainted with your Teslas, more comfortable with the features, and have a better understanding of how the cars and full self-driving are developing into our future. So cheers for now. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you in the next episode.